Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Concordia University Wisconsin women's basketball. Today, we have an interconference rivalry between the Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons and the Marian University Sabres. Before we get started, Nathan, with the keys to the game, though, some injury news to report on both sides of the basketball.
That's very, very true, Bill. Camille Parsons, who, as everyone knows, was out last game due to an ankle injury, is back in the lineup. She will be starting today. After much deliberation, she is back at 100%. On Marian's side, two players, both freshmen, Allie Hopp and Lindsay Vogels, will be sidelined due to concussions received in games last week. So both these teams, one team coming in, receiving an impact player, one team, Marian, coming in, short two players, and now down to a rotation of only 10.
And Lindsay Vogels doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, but Allie Hopp does, and that could have a huge effect. Her 15 minutes a game. The starting five for this team already, that rotation is very small. We see only about 7 players actually averaging double-digit minutes. Having one of those players suddenly missing, that just shortens that bench even more.
That's very, very true, Bill. This is a team, Marian's in a rebuilding season for the first time since the head coach took over. They will be missing the conference tournament. They made it into the conference tournament the last 2 seasons. They will be missing it this year. This is a team in transition. They have no seniors on their squad. They only play about 7-8 players a game, and now they're down to 10 players to fill out the roster spot at all. So their rotation is extremely limited, and they are fighting an uphill battle against the Falcons, who are riding a 3-game winning streak.
And Concordia coming into this game at 13-2 and 16-6 overall. They need just this one win to secure the second seed in the NAC, and they've already they're actually 1 win away from clinching the Northern Division as well. So they've got 2 milestones along those lines. They've got 1 win to go to secure that second seed. At worst, they can still get the first seed if Wisconsin Lutheran trips up and Concordia beats them as well. But at worst, the 2 seed with a win here today, coming in at 16-6. Marian coming into this game at 3-11 in the conference, 4-17 overall. And another milestone to speak of, we are just short of 1,000 points for Katie Luthi as well. She is 13 points short of 1,000. So another milestone anticipating here on the scoring end for Concordia again tonight.
Very, very true, Bill. It has been a season of milestones for this franchise, 500th win in franchise history. Tiffany Hendrickson already hit that milestone, and now Katie Luthi, the 2-time all-conference player in the Fox Valley Association out of Oshkosh West. Last year, she was a first-team all-conference player in the Northern Athletics Conference, and now in just her junior year, she's set to hit the milestone of being only the 15th Falcon to claim 1,000 points. So
Katie Luthi will definitely be moving up that mark and moving up that line for great Falcon scorers here. A little history lesson for everyone going into this game as well. The last game against Concordia and Marian. Concordia won that game 61-39. That was up in Fond du Lac. No Marian starter in double figures for that game. Marian 5 of 14 from 3, and they take the most 3-pointers in the conference, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. One thing that we noticed about Marian as well, Nathan, is that they shoot really well from the free throw line. They just don't get there.
That's very, very true. They're number 1 in the conference in free throw percentage, but they're near dead last in terms of attempts. This is a team that can hit the free throws and can hurt you from the charity stripe and the three-point arc, but they have to get in position to make those baskets first. And unfortunately this season they've shown a trend of not being able to get all the way to that free throw stripe and convert on those attempts.
Concordia out-rebounded Marian in the last game by 14 rebounds, and Marian also had 24 turnovers. Katie Luthi had 11 points, Tiffany Hendrickson had 13, and Megan Coonan had 10 in that last game. The large victory for the Concordia Falcons. We're just about set here for the starting lineups, but first, the national anthem, and we'll be right back after that. More Concordia basketball to come.
For tonight's women's Northern Athletics Conference basketball contest between the visiting Marian University Sabres and your Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons. At this time, we request that all who are able and kindly remove their hats as we honor our
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the R. John Book Fieldhouse here on the Bluff. And we're getting ready to start the Marian versus Concordia basketball game. A little bit more as far as history. Concordia coming in, having won 10 of 11 games so far. They're looking to become the division champs in the Northern Conference for the NAC. And in the last game, Concordia win against Rockford. Katie Luthi had 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks. Tiffany Hendrickson with 9 points. Megan Coonan with 8 points and 7 rebounds, and Brittany Zietlow 7 points and 7 rebounds. So an all-around very good game for Concordia. Keys to tonight's game, Nathan.
Well, there are 3 major keys tonight here, Bill. First and foremost is controlling the boards. Marian is statistically wise the worst rebounding team in the conference. Concordia usually rebounds very well, and with Camille Parsons back, they'll have a definite size advantage. They need to stay strong on the boards. 2 is defending the three-pointer. Marian, when they get hot from beyond the three-point arc, they can really hurt you. They've lost a lot of close games where they just didn't have enough juice, but if they can heat it from behind the arc, they will be dangerous. And last but not least is the Falcons need to score in transition. They know how to force turnovers. They have a very stingy man-to-man defense. They need to get steals and hustle it down the court and get a lead early here.
Starting 5 for both teams as follows. For Marian, we'll start with the Sabres. Number 10, Amelia Mersberger, a sophomore from New Holstein, Wisconsin. Number 12, Danny Hooray, a junior from Little Chute, Wisconsin. And number 20, Sarah Albert, a 5'5 guard from Howards Grove, Wisconsin. Number 25, Arissa Cerveni, a 5'6 freshman from Gresham, Wisconsin. And number 30, Ashley Backus, a 5'9 junior forward from Boulder, Wisconsin. For your Falcons, Brittany Zietlow, a 5'3 guard from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Anna Butler, a 5'6 guard from Kewaskum, Wisconsin. Camille Parsons, fresh back into the starting lineup after missing last game, a 5'9 junior guard from Urbana, Illinois. Tiffany Hendrickson, 5'8 senior from Ingleside, Illinois. And Katie Luthi, a 5'9 forward from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And one of the rare times that Concordia actually holds any kind of size advantage in the basketball game will be tonight, and they out-rebounded Marian by 14 in the last game, so hopefully a continuation of what's happened so far this year for the Falcons.
Very, very true, Bill. And the Falcons, as we witnessed several times this season, are a team not to let their general lack of size affect their ability to get the rebounds. From Katie Luthi to Brittany Zietlow, this is a team, regardless of height, that is determined to get to the boards here. They have an advantage going into this game. They need to exploit it big time if they want to be very victorious here today.
Coaches for both teams. Marian, led by Bill Peters, his 3rd season at the helm after he was actually a Marian grad as well, and Stacey Bruner-Jones for the Falcons. Camille Parson controls the tip, and it's Falcon basketball. We are underway. Zietlow outside left, now to Butler, over, now to Hendrickson. Hendrickson inside Parsons. Parsons felt early, missed that one, going up. Luthi fouled on her way up. She'll go to the line for 2.
Camille Parsons showing that the injury has not slowed her down at all. Brilliant cut to the basket, just not enough to finish there. Good reaction by Katie Luthi to get the second opportunity.
Luthi comes into this game 13 points short of 1,000 on her career, so we'll be counting that down as we get closer and closer today. First shot is no good for the junior. Might have jinxed her there.
I spoke with Coach Stacey Brunner-Jones prior to this game, and she said that this team is not thinking about, obviously, Katie's probably thinking in the back of her mind, but their primary focus is winning this basketball game.
Second shot also no good for Katie Luthi, usually a very reliable free throw shooter. That one is missed, and back come the Sabres. That is Hooray between the circles, now driving left. Sabres will shoot a lot of three-pointers as we go. Mersberger on the left side. Excuse me, that was Cerveni. Cerveni dips inside for 2, no good. Rebound to Luthi, and Concordia controls.
Good defensive board there by Concordia. They're usually a lot better of a defensive rebounding team than they are an offensive rebounding team.
Parsons, now Butler on the right. They're going to look to get the ball inside as they do have a height advantage. Hendrickson back to Butler. Now to Zietlow. Zietlow looking for some space. Back to Butler. Wide open jump shot. And good for Anna Butler. And Concordia kicks it off. A 2-0 lead for the Falcons.
I really like the way Concordia swung the basketball there. They were finding no opportunities on one side. Did excellent cross-court passes, and Anna Butler was wide open on that right wing.
Hooray to bring the ball up. She usually controls for the Sabres. Now to Mersberger outside between the circles. Ball tipped away on the pass to Hooray. Will stay with Marian. Coach Brunner-Jones almost took a ball off of her side. Marian on the sideline in the blue uniforms, Concordia in the white with blue trim. Hooray between the circles, give to Backus. Now inside, back to Hooray. She goes up, might have been fouled. She was, no good, but a foul.
Good aggression there by Anna Butler. Unfortunately, her hands came down. They're going to call that on the contact. She kept her hands up there. She might have gotten away with it.
So Butler, no stranger to foul trouble here for Concordia, and she collects her first foul this early in the game.
It's very
first shot for Hooray is up and good.
Very, very true about Anna Butler. She picked up 2 quick fouls against the Rockford game, which really hampered Concordia's speed early in that game.
Hooray's second is up, and it is good, so it's 2-2. We are early, about a minute and a half in, 2-2 game so far. Zietlow between the circles, now looking right. Give Butler, who just picked up a foul. Now inside, Luthi wide open, lane, no good. Rebound to Luthi, up and no good again. Luthi missed them both from point-blank range. Hendrickson tries for a steal, but it's knocked out of bounds. Ball to Marian.
Good aggressiveness there by Tiffany Henderson. Kitty Luthi had a clear lane to that basket. I don't know how she managed to miss that layup. She had her defender completely beat.
We saw this when Tiffany Hendrickson was going for her 1,000 points as well. She took a lot of shots early, didn't really make any of them, and then settled down and in the second half got herself to 1,000. So maybe Katie Luthi experiencing a few of those jitters as well. Merceberger now out on the right to Brianna Tietz. Back to Merceberger inside, working away around. Turnaround jump shot, wild, no good. Rebound to Butler. Butler up the floor quickly to Zietlow on the left. Zietlow looking for some space, nothing there. Now goes all the way over cross court to Hendrickson. Hendrickson looking inside, a push, and Luthi is fouled on the inside. Tietz collects her first foul.
Tietz there reached underneath Katie Luthi's left arm there. That's going to be called every time. You can't reach around a player's waist like that when their arms are in the air.
Hendrickson wide open, long shot, good! Tiffany Hendrickson makes the three, and it's 5-2 Concordia.
Tiffany Hendrickson has already broken the milestone, but she's still one of the best shooters on this basketball team when she's warming up right now.
One of the most dangerous shooters on the team. Hooray, up the floor quickly, guarded by Butler. Now to Merceberger between the circles. Merceberger sets up the offense. Back to Hooray. Will fire up a three. No good. Rebound. Knocked around, and Parsons collects for Concordia. Parsons between the circles. Now give to Luthi. Luthi looking to drive the lane. Out to Hendrickson. Fires up another three. No good. Rebound tipped out. Butler a nice play, and she collects. Luthi at the top of the key. Right into the lane. Ball knocked out of her hands, but they say it's off of Luthi, and the ball will go to Marian.
Katie Luthi showing her trademark aggressiveness, trying to get to the basketball, but she seems not to really find her way to the basket. She's been a little uneven here so far, her play on the inside.
And you don't really see that. It's almost jitters or something that Luthi's experiencing right now, because she's usually very calm on the basketball floor. Hooray, right down the lane, looking for a turnaround. Got it. And it's 5-4 Concordia.
Hooray, excellent way to stay with it. Anna Butler could have pushed her all the way to the baseline, but Hooray saw the opening underneath the basket and took it.
Hendrickson, skip pass to Zietlow. Zietlow looking inside, back up. Parsons, three ball in the way, no good. Rebound to Marian.
Falcons trying a lot of outside shots to start here early, Bill. It's a little surprising. You think they'd be going inside a little bit more.
Sarah Albert, her first offensive collection, up, no good. Rebound to Luthi.
Falcons still staying very strong on the defensive end there, holding Marian to one basket at a time.
Marian playing very quickly, getting a lot of shots up early. Parsons from 15, no good. Rebound collected by Hooray. Might have double dribbled there, but she got away with it. Marian collects, and Merceberger will bring the ball up. Merceberger with nobody guarding her. Inside, now back out. That's Cisco. Now inside, back to Merceberger. Wild shot, and she got it to go. 6-5, Marian leads.
Bit of a mismatch there between Parsons and Merceberger. We have to give Merceberger credit the way she used the lane to her advantage until she could get around Camille Parsons.
Butler. Marian with a 3-2 zone. Back to Zietlow, now back to Butler. Now right back to Zietlow. Zietlow patrolling inside. Hendrickson, nice catch on the pass, and she gets an easy deuce. 7-6 Concordia.
Excellent synergy there between the two seniors. Brittany Zietlow finding Tiffany Hendrickson making an unopposed cut from the back door right into the lane.
that weak side on the 3-2 might be open for the majority of the night. Merceberger stolen by Luthi. Here she comes. Stops her dribble at half. Here comes Zietlow down the lane. Up. No good, but a foul.
Good aggressive and unselfish play there by Katie Luthi to get the steal, realizing she couldn't go all the way herself. Found Zietlow open on the outlet.
Foul number 10, Amir Merceberger, her second. Team 30.
Merceberger collects her second foul, so she might be checked out for very soon. As Zietlow steps to the line for her 2 shots. Zietlow's first is up and no good. 0 for 3 to start the game so far for Concordia, and it's a team in their last in the 10 games they've won. They're 10-1 in their last 11. They've been averaging 73% in those 10 games.
Brittany Zietlow, usually a very strong free throw shooter. The shooting for the Falcons so far here has been a little on the uneven side. We're hoping they find a rhythm here within the next few minutes.
Palukniak in the game, as well as Megan Coonan for Concordia. Zietlow's second is up and good. 8-6 Concordia.
Megan Coonan was put in for Katie Luthi, and that is exactly the right move there. Get a little fresh blood in there. Let Luthi come off the floor, settle down a little bit, get her head back on there, and hoping when she gets back out there, her shooting stroke will have found itself.
Looking inside, they've got Hooray. Hooray now back out. That's to Teets, now back to Hooray. Hooray around the screen and back outside. Long shot for Cisco, up, no good, airballed it. Hooray stepped on the line, it'll go to Concordia.
You got to give Danny Hooray credit the way she stuck with the play. Once again, went underneath the basket and managed to get the kick out there, but Marian still is showing almost as little luck as Concordia has on the shooting end.
Zietlow to bring the ball up now to Butler. Butler will set the offense against this zone. Palukniak on the baseline. Now dribbles back out. Give to Butler. Butler looking for the middle. Coonan not there. Now give Zietlow. Still looking to get the ball inside. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Zietlow's got it. Still looking to get the ball inside. Nothing there. Here comes Zietlow. Right down the lane. Up. No good. She missed it. And she collects her own rebound. Butler back to Zietlow. Back to Butler. 3-2 zone so far, stifling Concordia. Palukniak inside Coonan. Mishandles the ball. She collects at the free throw line. Give to Zietlow. Zietlow right down the lane. Inside Parsons. Up and good.
Brittany Zietlow once again showing why she's the premier playmaker on this team. Once again seeing an opportunity where the defense missed it. This time it was Camille Parsons. Once again cutting into the weak parts of the lane.
Hooray guarded by Butler. Hooray right down the lane. Up and she got it and a foul. And that'll be the second on Butler.
Anna Butler is an excellent guard, but she tends to get a little reckless on defense, especially early there. And that was a foul that did not need to occur.
So Butler comes out. Jasmine Williams will check into the game, the defensive specialist for Concordia, as well as Katie Luthi. She will check in for Parsons. 13:41 left in the first half. It's a 10-8 game. Shot is up and good. 10-9 game. Concordia leads. 10-7 game.
Jazz Williams here put into the lineup here to give Concordia a little extra speed to go along with Brittany Zietlow, as Brittany Zietlow so far has been the spark of the Falcons' offense.
Palukniak back to Zietlow. Right back to Palukniak. And she traveled with the ball. So a turnover for the Falcons. And it's a 1-point game. Marian with the ball.
Marian's 2-3 zone here so far, limiting Concordia's options, attempting to keep the lane stuffed up. Concordia has found ways in there, but they need to widen their attack a little bit here and need to take a few more mid-range jumpers.
Brittany Church in the game for the Sabres. Cervini give to Backus. Backus looking, and now give to, that's Cisco. Church. Now Cervini, right down the lane, up, and no good, but she got her own rebound. No, Luthi collects the own rebound. Here comes Palukniak. Give to Williams, back Palukniak. Trying desperately to get the ball inside. Williams, long jump shot, no good. Rebound to Coonan, she's fighting through, up, and got it, yes. Timeout on the floor, a 30-second timeout. Called by Marian. It's 12-9 Concordia, and so far it's been a slow game and a bit of a sloppy game.
Very, very true here. Falcons showing signs of life here. But so far they have not really widened their attack. Their defense is doing excellently. Their offense really needs to step it up a little bit there. They need to keep attacking the second opportunities on the offensive boards. They need to widen their shooting attack here. So far, all their success has come in the lane, with the exception of Tiffany Hendrickson from way out downtown.
Hendrickson with really the only outside shot. So far, Concordia shooting 38%, but only 1 of 3 from beyond the arc and only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. And Marian proving why they're the best free throw shooting team in the conference at 3-3 so far from the stripe. But as we said before, they will not get to the line very much in many games. They don't really get to the line much, so that kind of negates that prowess from the free throw line. Palukniak guarding Hooray and harassing Hooray. Palukniak still, and that could have been a 5-second call, but nothing called there. Backus with the ball at 17. Give back. Now back to Backus. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Backus forces up a shot. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. As Williams didn't look like she was very set on that play on the drive.
Jazz Williams got a little too into it and jumped on the shot. All you have to do is pose a shot like that is put your hands up, because it was not a good shot to start with, and Jazz Williams gives the Sabres a chance to hurt him from the free throw line.
So a freshman mistake by Williams gives them 2 shots, and the first shot is up and good for Backus. Ashley Backus, a junior from Boulder, Wisconsin. One of those starters that will get the majority of the minutes tonight. Second shot for Backus is up and good. 12-11, Concordia leads with 12-11 left in the first half. Here comes Williams. Zone employed. And it is really frustrating Concordia so far today. Inside Luthi. Back outside Hendrickson. Now back inside to Coonan. Coonan trying to go up and under. No good. Rebound fought for out of bounds, and it'll stay with Concordia.
Good move there by Megan Coonan, but she came under the basket a little shallow there. Falcons still finding some frustration trying to get the ball where they're most comfortable.
Zietlow back in the game for Palukniak, and she checks out. Full shot clock here for Concordia as Williams takes the inbound. Give to Zietlow. Zietlow gets a screen from Luthi. Now give to Luthi. Luthi fires up a long 3. She got it! 15-11 Concordia. Luthi 9 points away.
Katie Luthi finally breaking through to the other side there. Excellent play there, and Katie Luthi, not the best three-point shooter, but when she's hot, she's hot.
Luthi guarding Backus. Backus nowhere to go, and now she stops her dribble. Give to Hooray. Hooray dribbling right. Now outside. That's Albert. Right back to Hooray. Thought about a three-pointer, passed up. 3 seconds on the shot clock. She forces one up from 15 and got it. 15-13. Concordia leads.
Marian has really stuck with it so far here. And excellent shooting for their last couple possessions, because they're not going to get too many opportunities to get a rebound and start over.
Inside Luthi, now right back outside. Here's Zietlow. Zietlow looking for some space, trapped in the corner, and it might have, she got pushed. She got pushed all the way into the bench by the Marian Sabres.
Marian's bench, led by Coach Bill Peters, wanted to travel there, but there was a lot of contact. Zietlow making the freshman mistake of picking up her dribble in the far corner.
Into the game for Concordia. Haley Peppers coming out now, Jazz Williams. So Peppers, Hendrickson, Coonan, Luthi, and Zietlow on the floor for Concordia. Inside, Hendrickson, now right back to Zietlow on the baseline. Now inside Luthi. Luthi working. Ball tipped, stripped away from Rebecca Merceberger, and Marian collects.
You have to give Marian credit. They've done an excellent job of guarding Katie Luthi and denying her points on the inside of the lane.
Here comes Albert, right down the lane. Baseline, stops the dribble, give to Backus. Backus brings it back out. Backus looking to go inside. Nice spin move at 7 feet. Up and no good. Luthi rebounds. Concordia controls.
Concordia is still dominating on the boards on both ends here.
Peppers getting into the game quickly here. Nowhere to go. Give to Zietlow. Zietlow trying to probe the lane. Nothing there. Luthi fires up a 3. Long, and she banked it in. The bank is open here at the Bluff. 18-13, Concordia leads.
Katie Luthi so far doing her scoring from beyond the arc. They won't let her into the lane. She'll find a way to get her points one way or another.
7 points to go to 1,000 for Katie Luthi. Whistle on the play. Offensive foul. The call. Concordia controls. They're going to say Hooray was pushing off. Jazz Williams back into the game for Concordia. Hendrickson checks out.
Concordia starting to find its rhythm here offensively a little bit. They've come up much better in these last few possessions. Marian starting to show some wear and tear here with such a short bench.
They give the foul to Backus on that play. Zietlow at the top of the key, guarded closely by Hooray. Still in his zone. And Williams catches and walks with the ball. Traveling violation, ball back to Marian.
Jazz Williams did not set a pivot foot when she touched the ball there, and she moved both her feet. They're going to call that every time.
Merceberger quickly up the floor. Now to Hooray. Some chippiness going on right now outside at the three-point line between Merceberger and Zietlow. Now Merceberger with the ball, guarded by Peppers, quickly swung over to Backus. Backus right down the lane, up and good. She got around Kunin, and it's 18-15 Concordia.
Bit of a mismatch there. Backus is a much faster player than Megan Kunin is, and that little ball fake was all she needed. And Jazz Williams gets called for the second travel in a row.
Williams traveling again, and I think Palukniak will check in for Jazz Williams. She does. Parsons and Palukniak in the game for Kunin and Williams, as Jazz Williams not off to a good start so far tonight.
The Falcons here still showing a little unevenness here on offense. The third travel that did not need to occur on the offensive end. One by Palukniak and two by Jazz Williams.
Hooray trying for the baseline. Nothing going there against Palukniak. Now trying to work around a turnaround shot. No good. Rebound to Luthi, and she will push. Here comes Katie Luthi. Now back to Palukniak. Right back inside Luthi. Luthi at 8 feet. Luthi going up is fouled, and she'll go to the line for two as the ball does not go in the bucket.
You have to give Katie Luthi credit. Marian has been double, triple teaming her every time she places a hand on the ball inside the lane, but she keeps fighting her way in there, and she's rewarded with 2 free throw attempts.
8:37 left in the first half. Concordia holds a 3-point lead. Luthi missed her first 2 from the line tonight. First shot is up, and it is no good. She's missed the third. Luthi is 65% free throw shooter on the season, trying to get her stroke down here at the free throw line. Conversation between the referee and Hooray, and we'll get everything going again here. Second shot is up, and it is good. Katie Luthi makes that one, 19-15. Luthi with 7 points and 6 away from 1,000.
Katie Luthi has a lot more focus than she did in the earlier half of this first half. She's attacking the basket with a little more regularity. She's taking other shots. She's doing a little different things here. That time on the bench seems to get her focus back.
Cervini, guarded by Luthi. Luthi doing a nice job. Boy, they don't even start the 5 seconds there. Inside now, ball knocked out of the hands of Merceberger and into the hands of Palukniak. Here's Parsons, triple team. Parsons right down the baseline, no good. Rebound trying to tip away, but collected by Marian.
So the ball got tipped out of Parsons' hand when she went up for the shot there. Good look there, try to force it there, but Marian once again reacting very quickly to any penetration by Concordia.
Albert, now Cervini, and now Tietz. Back to Cervini. Right back to Tietz inside, but ball out of the hands, and a foul called. The push is going to be called on Haley Peppers.
That's a controversial call, obviously, to the Falcon bench. But I see what they're talking about there. Haley Peppers did put her hand up when she was chasing after the defensive switch. Her hand came up, made contact with her waist. Really, it was just a reflexive attempt to stop herself from bumping into her, but the ref saw it and called a push-off.
Emily Gensmeyer into the game for Marian, so one of those bench players you don't see a lot of for Marian. And Parsons with a steal. Here she comes, up the floor. Here's Palukniak. Nice pass from Parsons. Palukniak missed the layup. Parsons gets the rebound. Parsons fighting through 2 players. Back to Peppers. Now Zietlow. Zietlow up through. Give the Palukniak on the baseline. Palukniak dribbles back out, setting up the offense. Here's Luthi. Luthi right down the lane, up, no good. No foul called. Luthi fighting for the ball. It's a jump ball. And the ball will go to Marian.
I think they're
Oh, they called a foul.
I was going to say, Bill, what did they call a foul on? There was a lot of options going on down there.
It looked like, if anything, that would be a jump ball, but Katie Luthi will go to the line for a bonus shot.
There's a lot of contact going on in there. I'm surprised they didn't blow the whistle a little sooner.
Luthi's first is up, and it is good. So Katie Luthi makes that one, and it is now 20-15 Concordia. Luthi's eighth point of the game. Luthi's second is up, and it is good. 21-15, Concordia leads with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first half. Merceberger takes the inbound.
Concordia tightening
pressure
up the man-to-man here a little bit, try to force Marian to make a few mistakes. As Marian has made a few easy mistakes here for Concordia to prey on these last few possessions.
Hooray. Top of the key, looking to go inside. Nice pass, but ball tipped away, and Hendrickson steals right back to Zietlow. Here comes Zietlow. Right down the lane, up. Nope, give back Parsons. Hendrickson from 17 is good. Tiffany Hendrickson hits that one. 23-15, Concordia leads.
Excellent defensive play and offensive play by both Zietlow and Hendrickson. Zietlow turning around and tipping the ball out. Hendrickson having the good sense to grab the ball, and an excellent fast break by the Falcons.
Ball thrown away by Marian, and Merceberger collects at the sideline. Ball knocked out of her hands by Zietlow. It'll stay with Marian.
A lot of pressure there by the Falcons. The Falcons' pressure starting to get to the Sabres. The Sabres have turned the ball over 3 times in the last 2 minutes, and in that case, they almost threw the ball away, and Zietlow, just to add insult to injury, knocked the ball, swatted it right out of the ball handler's hands.
Palukniak guards the inbound. Hooray trying to get the ball in. Looking for Merceberger. She collects. Guarded by Williams, newly into the game, along with Megan Coonan. Back to Hooray. Hooray. Now right back Merceberger. And a 35-second violation will be called on Marian.
Once again, I can't say it enough. The Falcons' pressure really getting to the Sabres there. There was next to no desperation to get that shot up when the buzzer went off. I don't think even Marian even realized how bad the shot clock situation was for them on that possession.
Coach Peters is beside himself on the bench for Marian. Palukniak now to Jazz Williams, give to Hendrickson a traveling call. Was that on Williams again?
It was. It's the third traveling call against her.
Jazz Williams doesn't seem to know what she's doing wrong, but she's doing it wrong at least 3 times tonight. And she is out of the game quickly. A quick hook from Coach Bruner Jones. Merceberger up the floor. She gives to Albert. Albert, the leading scorer, with no points so far today. Albert trying to go baseline. Down the lane on Parsons. Ball knocked away by Parsons. Albert throws the ball off of Zietlow, and it will be Marian ball.
Falcons starting to find their groove here on both ends of the court. Their defensive end has really forced Marian to get lucky. And there is just a plain miscommunication there by Marian as the ball was passed to literally no one.
Merceberger trying to pass the ball in to Brianna Tietz, and she thought Tietz was going outside. Tietz thought she was going inside, and it's a turnover.
That's one of the disadvantages of playing a team like Concordia with a short bench, is that you can play even with them in the first half, but around this point in time, and we've seen this before, teams with a short rotation tend to hit a wall against the Falcons.
Zietlow right back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson inside. Coonan wide open lane. Got it to go. 25-15, and the height for Concordia comes into play.
Megan Coonan, excellent move there. Got the position on below, stutter step inside. That was a classic post play.
Hooray, fires up a jump shot way off the mark, and that is out of bounds to Concordia. Frustration sitting here right now for Marian.
Danny Hooray is a very intense player, one of the better players here on this team, proven ball handler, but her frustration is starting to show from all the way up here. She is truly getting tired. This Marian team is starting to burn out a little bit.
Zietlow give Parsons wide open from there. Nothing but net for Camille Parsons, and a timeout called by Coach Peters, a full timeout. We have 4:50 left in the first half, and it's a 12-point lead for the Falcons, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Nathan. It's just frustration abounds for the Marian basketball team right now.
the very frustrating thing for Marian here is that not only is Concordia doing it on the defensive end by adding extra pressure and wearing out Marian's offense, but Brittany Zietlow so far here has been the floor general of the night, being able to find cutters in the lane at the most unlikely of times. Marian's 2-3 zone has done a fairly good job early on here, but now Brittany Zietlow is finding holes everywhere, and she's finding players to fill it with.
So Concordia so far in this game, as we do get a bit of a game reset here, shooting now 45% from the floor, 10 of 22, 3 of 5 from three-point land, and 4 of 8 from the free throw line. So typically a better free throw shooting team than we see so far in the year, and shooting very well from the outside, one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the conference. And Marian, one of the telling stats so far, they average more three-point attempts than any team in the conference. They have 2 so far today.
That's true. One of the big things that Concordia has been doing to combat the Sabres is they've increased their man-to-man, and they've tightened it up, especially on the perimeter. They're playing looser in the post and on the far wing, but they're playing especially tough man-to-man defense outside the three-point arc, so Marian has to try to attack the basket. And this is where a lot of the exhaustion and miscommunication has been happening, is Marian trying to play inside when they're really an outside team.
Trying to get the ball, and nobody's helping out Merceberger. And Merceberger gets the ball now quickly up the floor. Here comes Amelia Merceberger. Right back now, Backus. At 15, stops her dribble, nowhere to go. Still looking, now to Merceberger. Fires up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Hooray, threw the ball out of bounds. It'll go to Concordia.
Danny Hooray thought she was fouled there. There was just some contact going on. She lost the handle. And once again, the Sabres come up dry on the offensive end.
Zietlow give to Palukniak. Palukniak dribbling around, now give inside. Nice pass to Kunin. Kunin up and good. 29-15, Concordia leads.
There's some freshman synergy right there. Palukniak seeing Megan Kunin once again an unlikely hole there, and Kunin knowing just what to do with it when she has the right position on the block.
Kunin tough to stop from inside there in the block. Hooray, inside, overthrows her intended target. She overthrows Albert, and it's Falcon basketball again. Another turnover.
Once again, Marian coming up dry here. They have not scored in a couple minutes. They're fighting, but this halftime for them cannot come a moment too soon.
The 9th turnover already. Parsons harassed on the inside. Ball back, knocked back outside by Palukniak. Defense applauded by Coach Peters. Now Merceberger with a steal and a foul on Zietlow as she came down on top of Merceberger.
Brittany Zietlow was just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Aggressive player went for the basketball. Merceberger just happened to have the position when Zietlow accidentally came down on top of her.
She landed awkwardly on Merceberger there. She's lucky that she didn't get hurt on that play. Merceberger to bring the ball up. Concordia with a 14-point lead. Hooray, gets a pick. Now going inside, threw the ball away again, another turnover. We've got 10. Up ahead, Palukniak wide open under the loop, good. And it's 31-15 Concordia.
Falcons now finally starting to establish their dominance. I've said it once, I've said it times. They are outlasting this Marian team going into the locker room.
Outside left, that's Albert. Now give to Hooray between the circles. Looking for Albert. Albert with the ball. Thought she would fire up a three-pointer there, but did not do it. Now between the circles to Gensmeyer. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Right back and thrown away again. Gensmeyer throws the ball away, and that is the 4th consecutive turnover. And you can see the frustration on the face of the players right now for Marian.
Marian just not communicating very well anymore. Some of their better players here, Sarah Albert, Ashley Backus, have been completely shut out of ever getting even near an attempt on the basket.
And sometimes you have communication breakdowns, but these are just fundamental basketball breakdowns. Zietlow around the defender. Now back. It's Luthi for three. No good. Rebound to Kunin, and Kunin's pushed out of the block, but she traveled. Oh, I thought she might have gotten pushed out of there, but they call the travel, and it's a turnover on Concordia.
I will say this. The officiating team seems to be calling a little less on this, and I don't want to say there's discrimination, but in here where there's a lot more play inside the lane, they've been really loose on the calls on the inside of the lane.
Albert fires up a three. No good. Rebound to Hendrickson. They finally got a shot off. Here comes Zietlow. Zietlow on the left, looking for some space. Now back to the right. Give Hendrickson wide open shot. She got it. Tiffany Hendrickson from the baseline, and it's 33-15.
Tiffany Henderson having one of her best games in recent memory. Her shooting's been on the defensive rebound. She's been impeccable. She is really, really showing this team how it's done.
Backus, a long three. She got it, nothing but net. 33-18, Concordia.
Marian finally snapping their scoreless streak here the best way they know how, from shooting from outside.
Marian went about 6.5 minutes without scoring a bucket. Zietlow fires up a long shot, no go. She airballed it, and the ball is saved from being out of bounds by Marian. Here comes Merceberger. Minute 40 left in the first half. To Backus. Backus looking inside, it's Merceberger. Merceberger around Luthi, up and good. She gets that one to go, and it's 33-20, Concordia.
You got to feel sorry for Amelia Merceberger. She looks just really tired of that, but she's been sticking with it. That was an excellent move by her, proving she's still got some spark left in her game today.
Zietlow on the left, give to Palukniak, looking inside, but nothing there at the free throw line. Now she stops her dribble. Nice pass to Hendrickson. Hendrickson up and no good. Rebound to Marian.
Excellent move there by Tiffany Hendrickson, but unfortunately she has caught the ball at a little bit of an awkward angle there. A little too far into the basket to really make the move.
Merceberger outside. It's Albert. Been very quiet so far today. Albert to Cisco. Cisco guarded by Luthi. Now back to Merceberger. Fires one from the baseline. No good. Rebound to Coonan.
Continuing to show dominance on the boards on both sides.
Trying for a long pass to Luthi. Goes over her head and out of bounds. The ball will go back to Marian.
Brittany Zietlow perhaps getting a little too aggressive for her own good on that. She's been the guiding stay of this team so far. Just thought she had Luthi wide open. Just overthrew her.
Hooray to bring the ball up, guarded by Palukniak. 37 seconds left. There's about 11 seconds different between the two clocks, so not a lot of worry here. Hooray. Looking inside to Albert. Nice pass, up and good for Albert. They finally get something on the inside to Sarah Albert.
Good coordination there by Marian. And they're finally starting to look like the basketball team that can win a basketball game. They just have not been playing very well, but they're starting to show some signs of life here in the closing of the first half.
12 seconds left. Here's Palukniak. Fires up a long three. She hit it. Ali Palukniak makes it a 36-22 game. 5 seconds left. It's 4 seconds. Here comes Hooray. 2 seconds left. Hurray's going to have to fire something up. Hooray from a long distance. No good. Rebound to Concordia, and the half is over. 36-22, and I think the storylines here for the first half is just how tired and frustrated Marian looks with this man-to-man defense from Concordia.
That is the big one here tonight, Bill. Concordia has always been a very tough man-to-man defense. Coach Stacey Brenner-Jones, I've spoken to her. She almost refuses the play zone. She'll play it if she has to, but she loves the man-to-man defense, and it's working dividends here. They have pushed Marian outside the arc, but have not allowed them any space to shoot the ball outside the arc, and that is where Marian's most comfortable, forcing Marian to go inside where they're not comfortable, and Concordia has gotten turnovers. They've forced turnovers, and Marian's just getting tired of making unforced turnovers right now, and Concordia finally getting their scoring tack on drive here, and Marian hits a wall around the 8-minute mark, and Marian showing some signs of life here in the final 2 minutes, but still, this halftime could not have come a moment too sooner for the Sabres.
We'll take a quick break and be back for the second half, the first half storylines as well. 36-22, Concordia leads at the half. This is Falcon basketball. Welcome back. It's halftime here at the Concordia University, Wisconsin at the R. John Book Fieldhouse. 36-22, Concordia leads. I'm Bill Miller, joined by Nathan Kerner. And Nathan, looking through some of the halftime stats, one thing that stands out is the amount of turnovers that has been committed so far by Marian. You saw the frustration on their faces as they were leaving the court for halftime. 11 turnovers so far for the Sabres.
Very, very true. It's been a big thing for them, and so far it's being made by players who can't afford to make turnovers. Amelia Mersberger and Danny Hooray, usually mainstays of this team's starting lineup, normally reliable players here, getting frustrated, making simple mistakes, miscommunicating, passing the ball to no one in some cases. And Marian just hit a wall around the 6-minute mark where they just could not keep up with the Falcons.
Falcons went on the big run late in the first half to go up as many as 18 points. That lead was close to 11, and now it's back to 14 at the half. So far for the Falcons, leading the way, Hendrickson with 9 points, and Katie Luthery is now 4 points short of 1,000. She had 9 points in the first half, 2 of them coming from the three-point line. And so far for Concordia, the frustration that's been mounting for Marian comes straight from that man-to-man defense and pushing Marian beyond that three-point line and making them drive for their points instead of having them take the three-pointers that they're accustomed to. Marian so far have only attempted 5 three-pointers. They'll attempt many more of those throughout the course of the game. They lead the conference in three-point attempts. They're 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 8 of 20 overall for the game so far, good for 40%. And so far, some of the telling stats as we look, Nathan, the Falcons only 50% from the line for the first half, but they've out-rebounded Marian 20-8 in the first half, so doing a great job on the board so far.
Well, Concordia's height advantage really working dividends for them here. They've controlled the boards on both sides here. They've got a lot more second opportunities than they're used to getting. And one of the biggest stats that stand out to me, Bill, is that only 4 Marian Sabres have scored so far here. Only 4. The Falcons, out of a 9-woman rotation, have had 7 players make it on the scoring book. Katie Luthi, Tiffany Hendrickson lead the pack with 9. Megan Kuden has 6, Allison Poliniak 5, Camille Parsons, Anna Butler, Brittany Zietl have all added something. Marian cannot rely on the same 4 players to carry this team here. Concordia has many different weapons, and they've used them very, very effectively to start the game.
Bench points are in favor of Concordia, 11-0, and Concordia also leading in second chance points. Second half, Nathan, what are some of the keys that we're looking at for this game?
The keys here for Concordia are almost the same as the first half here. They just need to keep playing their game and let Marian tire themselves out here. Keep the man-to-man on the perimeter, keep the offensive and defensive boards as hot as possible, and most importantly, keep the scoring attack spread out, let everyone contribute, and just let that lead stand as is and build it up over time, because Marian, proven in the first half, needs to get more people involved in the scoring, but if Concordia continues to play a tough man-to-man defense, and lets that not be the case, then I don't see this game changing much in the next 20 minutes of basketball.
The chase is 100%, but you have to wonder if Concordia is able to pad this lead and extend it even further, if Camille Parsons will actually get some rest here in the second half as well.
Well, we'll see as the Concordia returns its starters here. Once again, everybody here having put something on the scoreboard at some point during the game.
Backus with the inbound. Just underway here in the second half, and it's a 14-point lead for Concordia. Mersberger looking to get the ball inside, but nothing there. Now to Hooray. Hooray led the team in scoring in the first half. Hooray now on the outside. That's Cervini. And Cervini will go right back to Hooray. Now nice pass inside to Backus, up and good, as she lost Katie Luthi, and it's 36-24 Concordia.
Looks like Marian is embracing the fact that they're going to have to play inside because Concordia is not going to let them shoot a three-pointer there. And that was a great way to start out the half there. An excellent backdoor cut by Backus.
Nice play by Luthi going inside, and it's 38-24. Luthi is 2 points away from 1,000.
Katie Luthi showing Marian that the Falcons can do the exact same thing on their end of the court, and in fact they've been doing it all game.
Outside now, here's Hooray. Now to Backus. Backus, Cervini. Cervini guarded by Zietlow. Now right back to Backus. Guarded by Luthi. Looking inside, ball tipped, but collected by Marian. Here comes Hooray. Right back to Albert. Albert's got to fire one up. No good, and it's a 30-second shot clock violation.
Once again, the Falcons, excellent man-to-man pressure on the perimeter there. And once again, Marian getting the shot off just a little too late.
Frustration mounting for the Sabres. Here's Butler. Now Zietlow back to Butler. Zone defense being employed. Here's Zietlow now on the baseline. Right back to Butler. They're playing some catch. Here's Hendrickson now on the right. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Luthi, 15. Right down to Zietlow from the three-point line. Got it. Nothing but net for Brittany Zietlow. 41-24 Concordia.
Excellent shot. Brittany Zietlow opening up her three-point attack. You got to give Katie Luthi credit. Had the ball top of the key. Could have went for 1,000, but she went for the unselfish play. And Brittany Zietlow with a try.
Backus looking to get the ball to Cervini, but nice play by Parsons that worked through that pick. And the ball thrown away by Backus out of bounds to Concordia.
Fatigue still obviously present here for Marian. They're still making silly mistakes here. This is not the way they would want to start a second half.
Butler collects on the right. Now to Hendrickson. Right back to Butler. Swing not there. Here's Luthi. Luthi looking to work the ball inside. She got it up and good! And that's 1,000 for Katie Luthi.
Katie Luthi, 15th player in the program history to make it to 1,000. And she did it there in style.
Referee asking the Concordia bench to sit down as Merceberger goes up ball. It will be a jump ball as Merceberger gets the ball stuck between the backboard and rim. Zietlow makes a try for it, but not good enough. And Luthi will check out of the game, and she has 1,000 points. A Good Samaritan fan collects that basketball for the Concordia Falcons, and he sits back down. Only in Division III basketball where you see that.
It's an odd way to let the celebration begin, having the ball get stuck in the rim, but congratulations to Katie Luthi on being the 15th Falcon to accomplish 1,000 points in this program's history.
A year of milestones for the Falcons. Butler, outside left. 19-point lead for Concordia. Here's Hendrickson. Hendrickson thought about it, passed it up, now to Butler. Butler inside, Parsons. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Zietlow fires up a three, no good. Rebound to Marian. That's Albert.
Falcons here being a little more choosy with their shots, shooting things from outside a little bit more here. They have room to give, but their defense is ensuring that they can be as selective as possible with their scoring attack.
Marian with the ball outside right, that's Backus, and a hold called on Camille Parsons underneath. Ball will stay down in this end.
You have to give the Concordia Falcons credit. Their aggressivity and defense is such that they're getting the fouls are being called off the ball. And not 2 plays ago, there was a loose ball, and the Falcons were holding man-to-man defense so tight no one noticed.
Ball inside to Merceberger. Ball knocked away from Merceberger, and thought he might have called a foul on Plukniak, but the ball just off of Plukniak will stay with Marian.
It's like Plukniak would have been a jump ball situation. Plukniak, however, reached her hand over the line to get to the ball. She was the one across the line. It's going to be Marian basketball.
Looking inside, nothing there for Merceberger. Now back outside as she lobs the ball out to Cervini. Cervini fires up a long three. No good. Rebound to Kunin. Right to Plukniak, and here she comes. Plukniak will push. Inside. Ball knocked out of her hands. Collected by Parsons. Now back to Plukniak to set the offense. Here's Zietlow. Zietlow might have had Parsons there. Now Parsons slashing to the middle. Butler. Now back to Zietlow. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Butler inside. Kunin nowhere to go. Back to Butler. Butler from 17. Got it. Nothing but net. And a Butler. And it's 45-24 Concordia.
I really like the way the Falcons moved the ball in that last possession. They just kept passing back and forth. No one really slashing. Just taking their time. Looking for the shot. Megan Kunin saw that she didn't have it on the block. Kicked it out to Butler for the two.
Backus fouled on the way up by Kunin. She will shoot two. A 9-2 run to start the second half by Concordia, and they lead by 21 points.
So the Falcons they have fouls to give, they have space to give here. They're grinding down the clock on offense, and they're continuing to play a tough defense here. Megan Kunin getting a little over aggressive on the block here. Marian can be a good free throw shooting team, but they have not really seen it very much here tonight.
Backus's first is up, and it is good. Marian hasn't missed in the free throw line, but they just don't get there enough. Luthi back in the game after she scored her 1,000th point and exited to a nice ovation. Second for Backus is up, and it is good. Nothing but net for Backus, and it's 45-26 Concordia.
You have to give Marian credit here. They're not giving up. They may be tired, but they're sticking with it as best they can.
Palukniak now to Butler. Back to Palukniak inside. Nice play, Luthi, and she's got 1,000 too. 47-26 Concordia leads.
It's easy to forget that with the night of milestones here. Katie Luthi, in the end of the day, is still the heart and soul of this team. And just those 1,000th point right there was just a 2-point score here. She has 15 on the day and is the big reason Concordia leads the way it does.
Backus, nice move inside. Kick back out. Long three on the way in. Good. Nothing but net for Cerveni, and it's 47-29 Concordia.
Marian, they're using the drive into the lane to their advantage to try to get Concordia defense to shift, and this time the Falcons took the bait.
Palukniak, give Luthi. Luthi between the circles, working on her man-to-man inside. Now back to Luthi from Butler. Now ball knocked away, though, and Marian collects. Here comes Merceberger. Merceberger, Cerveni, driving baseline, up, and no good. Rebound, she got her own. She goes back out now. Backus, long three, no good. Rebound to Luthi and Concordia.
Falcons there, almost got caught slipping, but the defensive rebound by Luthi was excellent. And excellent steal there by Marian.
Steal by Marian, and Zietlow looked like she had a clear lane to the bucket, but didn't take it. Albert, Merceberger fires up a long three. No good. Rebound out of bounds. Nope, saved by Marian.
Yeah, give Marian credit. They're playing very aggressively now on both ends. They're a lot more physical of a team than they were in the first half.
Butler pushing off of Merceberger a little bit, gets away with a few. Merceberger now collects the ball outside if she gets a pick. Backus with the ball now. 13 on the shot clock, and a foul called on Luthi. Ball will go underneath, and a fresh 30 for Marian.
Luthi and Cerveni collided after they both cut through the lane. They looked like a very minor collision, but the referee felt it warranted a foul.
Backus collects the inbound. Ball tipped away by Butler.
So your referee consulting here.
They called an over and back. The referee's now talking about who touched the ball last. So they're going to say it was off of Marian. Concordia basketball on the over and back, the backcourt violation. Into the game for Concordia are Parsons as well as Jazz Williams.
Official had the best look there. It's kind of hard to believe, though. From up here, it looked like Anna Butler got it last, but the official had the inside look, and it was all Marian apparently.
Williams right down the baseline. Ball tipped away from her on the shot and out of bounds to Concordia.
I will say it again, Marian's playing very, very aggressive now. They're contesting absolutely everything and trying to deny Concordia any attempts at the basket.
Williams inside. Luthi looking to work. Up, shot, no good. As she thought she was fouled, up goes Parsons. She is fouled, and she will go to the line for two.
I will maintain they're calling a lot less fouls on Concordia's offensive end here because there's a lot of contact going on in the lane here. Coach Stacey Brunner-Jones does not look particularly happy about the amount of contact here, but Camille Parsons finally draws a foul.
Parsons first is up, and it is good. 48-29 Concordia leads. And you're right, Nathan. There, Coach Brunner-Jones, I think, is letting them know about it, too. It seems to be a lot more free, not a lot of calls on this end of the floor for Concordia. Parsons' second is up and good.
Well, it seems that there's a lot more activity in the lane on Concordia's end in the first half as well, Bill. It just seems the refs are just willing to let them play a little bit more where there's more contact.
20-point lead for Concordia. We have 13:25 left in the game. Albert, nice spin move, up and good. 18-point lead for Concordia.
Sarah Albert had a very cold first half compared to what she's used to. She's starting to show some signs of life here in this half, and she gets a steal.
And a steal for Albert. Merceberger. Give to Albert. Albert right back to Merceberger. Now to Backus. Backus looking to get a screen. Now moving left. Moves away from the screen. Now give to Hooray. Cerveni. 5 on the shot clock. Cerveni working away underneath. Cerveni doesn't go up, and the ball is stolen away by Williams. Here comes Williams down the floor. Williams up. Ball knocked away from her. and Merceburger collects. And finally, a foul called, and Anna Butler will collect that one.
A lot of activity going on in the court there. I'm a little confused exactly what happened on that play. Looked like Jazz Williams just lost the handle.
Butler's third personal. She's the only Falcon in foul trouble. And again, something we typically will say every women's game, Anna Butler in foul trouble. Those two things seem to go hand in hand.
So at this juncture, at 12.5 minutes left, she's doing all right here. If she picks up her fourth one in the next minute or two, that's where you have to show a little concern.
Backus guarded by Luthi. Looking for space. And a 5-second call finally called by the referees.
Well, Marian's still a tired team here. They've been playing exceptionally well in their attacks in the basket here, but Concordia's defense is still stifling their ability to really maintain any kind of focus.
Parsons now back to Zietlow. Now Luthi. Luthi drives the lane, works her way down. Nice drop step up, no good, but a foul.
Katie Luthi, excellent spin move there, and finally some contact called in the lane on first touch.
It's been a pretty wide open game at this end of the floor. Luthi's first is up and good. Katie Luthi moving away from 1,000 points now. Into the game, Anna Tietz for Marian, as well as Caitlin Cisco checks in for Hooray. Luthi getting ready for her second shot. A lot of promise for Katie Luthi. Second shot is up and good. Luthi over 1,000 points now for the night, or for her career, I should say. For the night would be some kind of record for her career, and she's only a junior. Ball given to, but knocked away from Merceburger. She wasn't ready for it, and the ball will go back to Concordia. Backus threw the ball in, and Merceburger wasn't even looking.
Jazz Williams right there showing the concern there, keeping the play alive. Once again, Marian caught sleeping, and the Falcons get the ball back early and often in the second half.
Coach Peters wondering what was going on that play. Peppers up, no good. Rebound to Luthi. Luthi up and no good. She missed it. She rips down the rebound. Back to Parsons. Now to Peppers. Wide open for two. No good. Rebound to Zietlow. She collects. Zietlow right back and down the baseline. Up and good for Brittany Zietlow.
Brittany Zietlow is the master of using the baseline to attack the basket. Her size gives her that advantage to where she can sneak in there where a bigger player could not.
22-point lead for Concordia. Cisco inside. Merceburger, nice move around Parsons and up and good. 20-point lead for Concordia.
Amelia Merceburger's general mismatch with Camille Parsons has haunted her a little bit here today. She's managed to get around Parsons quite a bit in her attacks to the basket, using her shorter stature to her advantage.
Luthi. Now to Zietlow. Zietlow working her way inside. Now to Luthi. Luthi works her way in. Up and no good. Wild shot by Luthi. Williams collects the rebound. Up and good. Jazz Williams excited about that one. 22-point lead again for Concordia. 10:50 left in the game.
Falcons getting more second opportunities. That was one of the big keys of the game here. With the general way they just keep fighting for the basketball.
Albert. Back now to Tietz. Inside Merceburger, right around Williams. Nice pump fake by Merceburger, and she's in for another easy deuce. And it's a 20-point lead.
Merceburger's been using her speed a lot today. She's gone around quite a few Falcons on her move to the basket.
Zietlow now to Williams inside Parsons. Parsons looking to go to work. Give Luthi, long shot. No, in and out. Rebound to Williams, and it's a jump ball.
Jazz Williams trademark aggressiveness. Jump ball called there, but once again the Falcons contesting absolutely everything.
Kunin and Palukniak into the game for Luthi and Zietlow. 20-point lead for Concordia with 10:16 left.
Luthi going to bench with 17 points. If she gets put back in here tonight, I would be really surprised here as the Falcons seem to have this game fairly well in hand. A lot can change here, but the Falcon rotation seems to be working for them.
Albert shot up and good for her around Peppers, and it is a 18-point lead for Concordia. Williams around a screen, up, no good, and she got fouled on her way to the bucket.
Jazz Williams, another player that the Falcons have. With the departure of Brittany Zietlow, Jazz Williams may take Zietlow's mantle as the player who's not afraid to attack the basket despite her size disadvantage.
Williams getting ready for the first of her 2 free throws. First one is up, and it is no good. Concordia leads by 18. So far in the second half, Ashley Backus total with 11 points, and as you said, Katie Luthi with 17 to lead the way for Concordia. Williams getting ready for her second, the freshman out of Chicago. Second shot is up, and it is no good, off to the left. Rebounded by Albert, and back comes Marian. Here comes Merceberger. Now outside left. And back to the right now, it's Hooray. Now to Albert. Albert guarded by Peppers. Now Teets, and now back to Merceberger. Trying to go baseline. She goes up against Williams, up no good. Rebound to Concordia as Williams got knocked to the floor. Here comes Camille Parsons. Parsons, nobody guarding her. Right down the lane. Coonan wide open. And it's an easy 2 for Concordia.
We've spoken several times about how Marian is making mistakes here due to fatigue, and that was a big one. Camille Parsons and Megan Coonan went right to the lane, practically uncontested.
Plukniak went for the steal, didn't get it. Hooray. Now at 15 feet, threw the ball away, and it'll go back to Concordia.
That was excellent help defense there by Concordia. Hooray thought she had an open shot at the lane, but the Falcons played help defense, and she makes another tactical error, throwing the ball out of bounds yet again.
Hendrickson into the game for Williams. Plukniak now brings the ball up. Here's Coonan. Coonan to Hendrickson. Now back, here's Parsons. Parsons inside, working for Coonan. Coonan, nice move. Couldn't get it to go, and the ball back to Marian.
Excellent move there by Coonan, but once again, she kind of overstepped and went underneath the basket instead of stopping right in front of it. Excellent move by the freshman. Something she needs to work on in the offseason is just getting to the right spot.
Teets back to Albert. Albert guarded by Peppers. Now to Merceberger, guarded by Parsons. Parsons has had trouble with Merceberger. Ball is up and no good on the tip. They're going to say she went up with it, and the foul on Parsons. They're going to say Parsons with a block. Her second foul.
Coach Stacey Bernard-Jones arguing that the foul should have been on the ground and not the act of shooting. Going unheeded by the officials.
Merceberger's first is up and good. Amelia Merceberger, a sophomore from New Holstein, Wisconsin, getting ready for her second shot. Concordia leads by 19. And now 18.
The Sabres continue to be perfect from the free throw line.
Peppers. Here's Parsons. Parsons inside. Now right back out. Hendrickson, wide open 3. Got it. They're going to say 2 for Tiffany Hendrickson.
2 or 3. Tiffany Hendrickson still remains one of the shooting weapons that Marian has had no answer to.
And she took a long layoff in this half as well. Hooray. Outside now. That's Moore. Moore back to Hooray. Now outside to Shannon Teets. Inside. Here's Hooray. Swing back outside to Merceberger. A wild pass from Hooray. Now another skip pass. This one's for Albert. Albert inside. Up and got it to go. For Sarah Albert, she's been quiet today, but gets 2 there, and it's a 17-point lead for Concordia.
Marian still hanging in there, but Concordia has managed to keep them at that 17, 18, 19-point range, just out of range where they can't really threaten Concordia's dominance.
It's my mistake. It's an 18-point lead for Concordia. I can't do math apparently tonight. And a foul called underneath. That is on Kelsey Moore. Luthi coming back into the game for Camille Parsons. You wonder if Camille Parsons now will sit out the rest of the game, as this one looks like it's in hand, and she's still nursing that ankle.
Well, it's better to go with Camille Parsons on the bench because of the injury.
Ball knocked out of bounds back to Concordia. Hendrickson missed the jump shot. Coonan missed the 2-footer. And the ball back to the Falcons.
Megan Coonan, as we mentioned, is showing a great freshman season, but she does seem to expend a lot of her energy when she gets up to that layup. She just doesn't seem to have enough energy to push it all the way through.
Merceberger checks out as well as Teets into the game. There are Backus and Cervini. Plukniak looking to go to somebody. Finally gets it into Hendrickson. Hendrickson looking to give back to Plukniak, but will instead dribble outside. Inside Coonan. Coonan hook shot from the left side. No good. Rebound to Marian.
Coonan in this case just happened to force it up there a little bit.
Busted out a move that we hadn't seen before. Here's Cervini. Now to Backus. Backus looking inside now. Outside Moore. Long three. No good. Rebound to Luthi.
Once again, the Falcons proving their dominance on the rebounding end has been absolute this game.
Inside, here's Coonan up and good for Megan Coonan. She seems to be a little bit stronger on that left side.
Megan Coonan now in double digits alongside Luthi and Hendrickson. She's going to be a player we're going to probably hear a lot about here. She might be, I don't want to say anything here, but we have two players here with 1,000 points in their career. And Megan Coonan is starting to show a very strong ability to score on the basketball.
Into the game for Concordia, Madeline Landgraf will check in for Hendrickson, as we might have seen the last of Tiffany Hendrickson for the night as well. Cervini looking for someone to get the ball into. Finally, in now to Moore. Moore right back to Cervini, outside Backus. Backus back to Moore. Moore at 15, going inside. Wild shot up, no good. Rebound to Concordia.
Once again, excellent defensive pressure there by the Falcons. Coonan and Landgraf now on the court, staying with the play, forcing Marian to make a shot they'd rather not take.
Plukniak in the game as well. That's three freshmen in the game for Concordia. Landgraf collects. Looking inside, there's Coonan. Coonan, another drop step, up no good. Rebound to herself, up and no good, but a foul.
Megan Coonan, you have to give credit to her toughness. She has been pushed quite a bit inside the lane. I don't want to say pushed around because she gives back just as good as she's got, but she's been the subject of a lot of contact in that lane, but she's stuck with it this entire basketball game.
Coonan's first is up and good. 62-41, and Megan Coonan now with her 11th point on the day. Nice game for her, 11 points and 6 rebounds. 5:40 left in this one. Concordia leads by 21 points. Second for Coonan is no good. Rebound to Marian. Back come the Sabres. This is Hooray. Give to Merceberger. Fresh into the game. Merceberger down the side, looking for Landgraf, and they're going to say offensive foul on Amelia Merceberger as she pushed Landgraf to the floor.
An excellent call. That was an offensive push-off. Once again, showing that Marian has not only been worn out in this game, they're just getting unlucky.
Some frustration setting in here for the Sabres. Plukniak working around a screen to the right. Give to Peppers. Peppers working left off a screen. Peppers up and good. Nothing contested down that left side.
I believe now all the Falcons who have played, with the exception of Landgraf who came in late, have scored in this game. That's 9 Falcons who have touched the scoreboard, and that has really been Marian's downfall. They just cannot seem to get enough of their weapons to work here tonight.
Marian will get little to none from their bench each game. This here is Cervini. Cervini now to Hooray. 3 on the shot clock. Hooray forces a long shot up, no good. Rebound to Coonan. Coonan give to Plukniak, and she brings up. Plukniak looking to go inside, but nothing there. Peppers now Coonan. Coonan back to Landgraf. Landgraf, see if they can get her some points. Landgraf now back to Luthi. Ball almost taken away. Luthi collects. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Landgraf. Landgraf to Coonan. 8 on the shot clock. Coonan out of her comfort zone. Coonan now outside. Landgraf. 3 on the shot clock. Luthi fires up a 3. No good. Rebound to Marian.
Falcons there just taking their time here. They have minutes to give right now. Marian does not. With a 23-point lead, you can take all the time you want to off the clock and still miss the shot, and it won't matter.
Cervini from way downtown. She hits that one, and it's a 20-point lead for Concordia. Timeout on the floor. Looks like Concordia calls a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. 3:50 left in the ball game, and Concordia leads by 20.
So far here today, Bill, the story has been the Falcons' scoring attack has been unstoppable by Marian. The story has been sprint versus marathon. The Falcons here have played a full game here. Marian, tough team from a lot of tough players who were willing to play step for step with the Falcons. That was their undoing. They managed to stay in it early, but then they hit a wall with about 6 minutes left in the first half, and they have not been able to get their step back since. Concordia, on the other hand, have subs to give. They have a rotation to where they can rest their best players and put them right back in refreshed. Marian today, with 3 injured players and a very, very shallow rotation, didn't have that to give today, and Concordia exploited it for the majority of this basketball game.
So far, Marian with 0 bench points today. All 44 come from the starters. Same thing with their last game. Landgraf looking to go inside, nothing there. This is Coonan now. Here's Peppers. Peppers to Palukniak. Palukniak works inside. Back Peppers. Peppers for a jump shot, good, but she traveled with it on that jump stop, and it is Marian ball.
I can see that travel there. Peppers thought that she caught the ball after she took the stutter jump, but the ref says he sees it differently. He saw her took the stutter jump before she released the basket, which is a shame because it was nothing but net.
Brittany Church checking to the basketball game. Church, a sophomore from San Diego, California. Give to Merceberger. Coming up quickly. Now to Teets. Now, and she gives the ball to Gensmeyer. Gensmeyer fires up a long 3. She hit it. Gensmeyer with a 3-pointer, and it's 64-47 Concordia.
Concordia in a spot where they just need to hold on for the last few minutes, take as much time as possible with each possession. Their starters are all sitting down. Just pass the ball and look for a smart shot.
It took Marian 37 minutes to get bench points. As Landgraf goes out of bounds, and the ball will go to Marian. This is a team that relies almost solely on their starters.
That's not the kind. Honestly, Marian's probably going to be a very tough team next year. They have no seniors. All those starters are coming back, and after having a very rough season, they will be a little wiser and a little better on the draw coming next season.
And you can hope that Coach Peters can recruit some depth and some bench play for this team, because their starters are all right. They just need to give them some rest every once in a while. Teets outside. To Church now. Gensmer again, no good. Rebound to Butler. Butler into the game for Concordia New. Now down the lane. Here's Garrels. Outside, Coonan. Coonan up and fouled on the way up, and she will go to the line for 2.
That play was a little amusing to me because Coonan kind of went up with that shot a little half part. I think she was looking for Garris for the play, but Garris was cutting across the line, and Megan Coonan had a move like she was saying, well, I might as well.
Coonan's first is up and no good. Second shot for Coonan coming up here. 17-point lead for Concordia late. Second shot for the freshman is good. 65-47 Concordia leads. Into the game for the Falcons. Laura Kolender, another freshman. Kolender from Corcoran, Minnesota. And Coonan is out of the ball game. Merceberger. Guarded now by Landgraf. Give to Teets. Brianna Teets. Now to Cisco. Over to Church. Church down the baseline. Church kicks out. Merceberger. Quick fire to Teets. Long 3. Got it. 65-50. Concordia leads with 1:45 left.
Concordia's still in a good spot here. Anna Butler here just to steady these young freshmen as they let the clock wind away here. This is the win the Falcons really needed.
Steal by Church. Down the lane quickly. Brittany Church up and good. 65-52 Concordia.
I was saying this is the win that Concordia needs going into a game on the road against Wisconsin Lutheran, the presumptive #1 seed in this year's conference tournament, and then a rematch with Alverno, the team that stunned in the beginning. The Falcons needed to get a big dominating win to go into those games with a little bit of a confidence booster.
Colander. Here's Landgraf. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ball knocked out of the hands of the Concordia Falcon, and a jump ball is called as Michaela Garrels could not control. Ball will stay here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Garrels coming out of the game, and Karina Munson into the game now for Concordia. So other than Anna Butler, a completely new team, and Butler and Plutniak, completely new here. Butler takes the inbound, up, no good. There's no rim there. She's got to go up, and no good. They'll say 35.
I was a little confused. It's always difficult to try to shoot when you have 5 seconds on the shot clock, but the Falcons have no room to worry here. These are some young players getting a little extra playing time here as the final minute of the game ticks away.
Colander just didn't know that the ball didn't go off the backboard, or off the rim, Merceberger looking to go inside on Plutniak. Up and good for Merceberger. And a nice play again for Amelia Merceberger at 65-54. Concordia leads.
Merceberger has been doing what she can to keep this team in it, and there she is with the steal, but she has been really just attacking the basket where no one else will for the Sabres.
Nice play again by Merceberger. That one she missed, though, and she pulls down Landgraf on her way down. Landgraf will go to the free throw line.
This game is a learning experience here for Marian. They have a lot of players here all of them are going to be back next year, seasoned, and they look like they're a threat next season in the Northern Athletics Conference, because there's no way a team with this young, with having to play this short, cannot improve after a season like this one.
Landgraf's first is up, and it is good. So Madeline Landgraf makes her first shot of the day, and you have to think for Marian, for their sake, depth and height. Those are the two things that they'll need to recruit for next year. Second for Landgraf is up and good. 67-54. Concordia back to a 13-point lead. They'd led by as much as 22.
That height has been the story here today, Bill, as Concordia, always a team competitive on the rebounding here, have held complete dominance on the boards from minute 1.
10 seconds left. Here's Church. Shot no good. Rebound to Plutniak, and I think she'll just run it out. 4 seconds left in this basketball game. Concordia leads by 13. 2 seconds, 1, and that'll do it. So the Concordia Falcons get a 13-point victory, a convincing victory over the Sabres of Marian University, and Concordia improving now to 17-6 overall and clinching the second seed, also clinching the Northern Division in the NAC.
Yes, it was. It was a big game and a way to do it for the Falcons here. They did it in style here. The entire lineup contributed. They dominated from minute 1. They had some rough patches, of course, but Concordia is a team that always plays a little uneasy in the opening minutes until they find their footing, and then it's smooth sailing from there. And that was the story here today. They rebounded strong on both ends. They prevented Marian from ever playing their style of basketball, and they got everyone involved. And this is the confidence boost the Falcons need before they take on what might be their 2 toughest game of the season before the conference tournament begins.
Concordia goes to Wisconsin Lutheran, a team that leads the Southern Division, has clinched the Southern Division. They are 19-2 overall, so that'll be a huge test for the Falcons coming up on Saturday. 67-54, the Concordia Falcons win tonight. For Nathan Kerner, I'm Bill Miller saying good night, drive safe, and stay safe out there.